Hey Tarot Sphere, it's Holly from Cape Cod Creatures, and I'm here with day 14 of Ethony's 31 Days of Tarot Challenge. And today's prompt is, what is your favorite tool for divination outside of tarot? And I'm going to say that it's outside of cards altogether. So for me, that would hands down be the pendulum. I love my pendulum. I have two actually. This one is hematite. This one I made myself for ritual work, and it's a clear suede wrapped quartz. This one never leaves. This one just stays here. I tried having it be my everyday pendulum, and the clear quartz just kind of soaks in all the vibes around it, and then it tells me lies. Tells me sweet little lies. It's going to be in my head all day. Oh my god. But anyway, this is my pendulum that I purchased in a local shop. It's hematite, which seems to be able to withstand the retail environment, let's say. So yeah, as a big picture person, I have a really hard time doing things like picking out little images in other forms of divination. Like tea leaves I have a really hard time with. Scrying I have a really hard time with. Crystal ball gazing I just can't do. Every time I just look at it and I go, yep, that's a crystal ball. I've like, even as a kid I had a really hard time picking images out of clouds and being like, oh, that's a bunny. It was never something I could ever do. I can't see the trees for the forest, as it were. But anyway, with the pendulum, you get really clear yes or no answers. For me, I get a clockwise for yes, I get a up and down for no, and I get a side to side for maybe. And then you can use it for other things too. Like this one I will use to clear my space of energy, because it's also, you can use crystals to clear energy in your space. So where this is both crystal and pendulum, it's awesome. You can use it to clear energy from a deck of cards, which is really fun. You can use it to help you find things. You can use it to ask, because I also like a little, I like a little common sense with my woo. I like to be practical. I feel like what the pendulum really does is tap into your subconscious, because we already know the answers to the questions we're asking, right? So micro movements in your hand, I'm going to get all Jeff Goldblum. Like, oh, you think the drop of water is going to go the same way, but it's not. Life finds a way. The drop of water, the chaos theory, because there's all sorts of micro movements in your muscles and in your body and what have you. And I think that is what really helps to swing the pendulum. And then if you want a little bit of woo with your pendulum, you can you can ask like your higher self or your guides to work, or you can ask your guides or spirit to work through your higher self to guide the pendulum. But yeah, I really enjoy the pendulum. I get really awesome answers with it, and I like to combine it with tarot too. Like I'll fan the cards out, and then I'll tell the pendulum to pick out cards, because that helps to get me out of ruts, because I tend to pick cards from I'm very much a creature of habit. So I'll pick cards from like bottom, middle, and top, and there are my cards. And I don't know, for some reason I like to mix it up, but I can't seem to get out of that headspace with myself. So I use the pendulum, and that helps me, pick cards I otherwise never would have picked for myself or for other people. So anyway, that is my favorite divination tool. I've also been toying with the idea of making my own little, not rune oracle, because I can't, I've tried runes, and I just can't memorize. I can't seem to, really, it's rote memorization for some of those symbols. So I'm going to make my own little, Holly's shitty rune oracle for jerks. But I don't know. I'd really like to maybe branch out into something else too. So that is my answer for Ethony's for day 14 divination tools outside of tarot prompt for the 31 Days of Tarot Challenge. And I will see you later, Tarot Sphere. Have a wonderful morning.